Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today I am going to continue one more article of Gora from the book People and Progress. The article is on social change and individual action. Society is a collection of individuals. A mere collection forms a crowd, whereas social association implies common understanding and cooperation too among the individuals. Nevertheless, society is formed by individuals. There is no society apart from the individuals who go to form it. If every individual chooses to dissociate himself or herself from another, the society disappears, but the individuals do remain. So, society has no entity. It is only a collective concept. Its existence depends upon the choice of the individuals to associate or to separate. Individuals can remain without society, but there can be no society without individuals. Hermits live in seclusion with no social relations. So, in human affairs, the individual is primary and the society is secondary. Because society is a derivative of the individuals, the character of a society depends upon the character of the individuals. If the individuals are active and industrious, their society too is active and industrious. If the individuals are superstitious, the society too is superstitious. The face of the society changes when the character of the individual changes. A crop looks yellow if the flowers of each plant are yellow. But when the color of many flowers changes, as some flowers do change from yellow to rose color when they wither, the color of the crop also changes from yellow to rose. So, individuals keep or change the character of a society. There is much truth in the old adage that people get the government they deserve. Regarding the slave mind, though the role of the individual in relation to his society is so basic and primary, his slave mind reverses the relation. A slave tends to subordinate himself to something else. Therefore, instead of asserting his individuality and feeling the master of his social relations, he in whom the slave mind dominates feels a slave to his society. He thinks that the society is something greater than him and that he is a part of that society. The manifestations of the slave mind constitute the theistic outlook of life. It inclines to reduce the importance of individuality and to encourage the mood of surrender. So, theists take pride in total submission to God or to universal being of which they deem themselves to be miserably tiny parts. The habit of faith in God exhibits the same quality of submission to other institutions and systems of social relations. In fact, a government is formed out of the contributions of taxes and cooperation which are given by the people. If a large section of the people choose to withdraw cooperation or to withhold taxes, any government collapses inevitably. Such is the dependence of a government on the people for its authority and revenues. Yet, a slave-minded citizen bows to a government and cringes for favors. Likewise, an economic order or an ethical code subsists on the consent of the people. If the people change their mind, the forms of economics and ethics change accordingly. The theistic civilization chilled the order of individuals to changes in social relations, in political setup, in economic and ethical systems. So, several individuals slavishly lie low while the free individuals ride roughshod over them. Such a state of affairs has given scope for easy exploitation and enslavement, and consequently, many inequalities are cropped up in human social relations. And individual consciousness. The inequalities are widely resented, but what is the way to bring about the social change that removes the inequalities and establishes equal social relations in economic facility, political power, and mutual respect? Of course, it is the awakening of the individual to a sense of his individuality. It is the shedding of his slave mind and the assertion of his freedom. It is a change from the theistic way of life to the atheistic way of life. Even Karl Marx, who worked for the establishment of economic equality, did not encourage the assertions of human individuality. He dismissed faith in God, but he replaced it with a materialistic dogma. He subordinated man to dialectical materialism as much as religion enslaved man to faith in God. He postulated the principle that it is not the consciousness of men that determine their being, but on the contrary, their social being that determines their consciousness. Respect for his principle belittles individual consciousness and considers social beings superior to the individual. Gandhi also was concerned most with the abolition of inequalities. His method of constructive work and satyagraha recognized the need of individual action for social change. In fact, the program of constructive work has no reference to God or to government. Constructive work is the pure work of the individual to effect social changes for the establishment of economic equality, communal harmony, and social hygiene, and for the promotion of health, education, and self-reliance. The way of Satyagraha is the active, open protest of the individual against injustice. Though Gandhi acknowledged the importance of the individual, his traditional utterances of faith in God soothed down the atheistic awakening with theistic balm. Neither Marx nor Gandhi has roused the individual wholly for effective social change. Both need the atheistic correction for realizing their objective of total equality. And with this, we end the article on social change and individual action by Gora. In the next episode, we shall go through another article. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to this channel Positive Atheism and activate the bell icon.